Yes, hello and welcome back. My name is Mr. Herald. I'm joined by Switchblade J. Switchblade J, how you doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you very much.
Great, why don't you talk us through your thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, Overpass is going to be our map up here, and this is a bit of a complicated one to kind of break down and talk about here, because, I mean, thinking about the particular details of this map, I mean, Tricked and their three-man core do have the edge. Sorry, as a five-man core, do have a slight edge against the Space Soldiers side, so I do think that they'll probably be the most likely ones to win it, but at the same time, you've also got to think about the overall lineup of the Space Soldiers side, who are, well, a little bit less experienced on the Overpass map. So I think that Trick probably more the favourites to win this one, but considering what we've seen in the past couple of maps, hopefully we might see a bit more of a closer matchup here. Trick will take the pistol, I do think. And Space Soldiers, well, they'll start on the T side here.
Well, I think it'd be difficult for them to take a closer map than last time. We went to 2 overtimes. It was a pretty insane game, I must say. But yeah, like you say, I'm afraid Switchblade Jamie, I'm still loading into the game. I had to restart my computer to try and fix my mic, so I'm on my way. Don't worry.
Okay, I can cover for you in this particular moment. It's alright, don't worry. Space Soldiers making their way up towards the long area. Trick definitely with the better buy-up, of course, typical of the pistol round. 4 UMPs in the hands, going to see if they can try and clean things up here. Although it will be Zentaris that starts things off, taking down S3 Tag. Instant shots with the Deagles, so it will actually be the rifle out of play free, so we're going to be able to pick that one up, but he's going to have to try and take the point of the defensive here, and with Major peeking very, very close to the Tech 9, it looks like it may end up falling, not exactly, just about survives it until Deathplay comes around from the side, and middle takes a nice double kill, opens up the site. Celian's going to come around from the rotation, take him out. It's a 4-on-2 situation, and still going to be the bomb going down on the site. Should be for Space Soldiers, it's on his way there. Cross can't be covered by a Celian, it's too small. He does get planted 4-on-2, the retake coming in. Borup and Asilian in particular are going to have to try to see if they can make this. Asilian takes the first, but he's going to get traded very, very quickly by Calyx. And 15 HP on Borup is not going to help him out whatsoever as Paz cleans it up with the last Deagle shot. Second round on the board for Space Soldiers. Everything okay on your end, or am I still going to have to...
It's not looking like it, Mr. Switchblade J. My mic is having trouble. I'm not sure if you can tell. It is not in the greatest shape it's ever been, and I'm not entirely sure why. But I am connecting to the server, so I should be in pretty soon, and then we can get back to counter-striking.
Yeah, definitely well tricked. We'll just be on the Quasi, the force up here. The Eagles out, scouts. And the UMP on Asilian will be what the CT side have for their particular loadout. Space Soldiers, meanwhile, well, they've got themselves a couple of AKs. They've recovered the M4 from the last round, so investment risk could come into play here. But Trick going to be holding those long-range angles. Of course, they have got the Deagles to be playing with, but it's going to be the grenade from Major that starts things off to the favourite of Space Soldiers. S-Tag can get the refrag here, taps away 2 Deagle shots, will find the kill. A 4 for 4 here. It's going to be that M4 out of play for Space Soldiers. So already a good start from Tricked to pick that first one away. S-Tag will also have the information that there is one out towards long as well. Pretty scattered on the T side. Bomb's heading its way over towards Monster. Going to get backed up by one other player. And it looks like they might just be trying to rotate to formulate a push towards this B side. They have got utility. Only 3 smokes, but it should be enough to cover off a decent amount of vision on the other side, so we'll see. Calyx going to go into a connector spots out one, boosting over the boost spot. The smokes are going to go raining on through as Zentaris picks up the first, so he's going to spy the second onto Asilian, takes him down 2 for 4 right now. As the CTs will just start to crumble, and it's going to leave S-Tag alone in a 1 versus 4. No retake possible, just best to go out towards long. Save that M4 for the next round. And Space Soldiers definitely have this one together. Just S-Tag holding it back together, and Harold does seem like he's a bit muted in this case. We are just trying to sort out those technical issues with his microphone or some sort of workaround, so I guess I'm solo casting for a little bit of time here. But Space Soldiers typically taking that second round. S-Tag's going to opt to hold on to the Scout rather than anything else in this particular case. Mac 10 coming out on Major, and that should be a decent play on his part. Just clean up the pistol players, and of course it will just be pistol players for Tricked. One Deagle, USPs and P2Ks out. No armor, little utility. S-Tag only with a Molotov at most. And he's going to have very little opportunities to use that, as it will be the B play. He's all the way up in middle. We're going to see if he can try to rotate pretty quickly down the backside, but it's not going to happen. Zentaris going to take down 100 to start things off. Major, $600 in the bank, takes down Borup. And now 3-on-5 coming in. Space Soldiers moving in towards Monster. Assyrian's going to go, and S-Tags are going to go as well. Freeze, low man alive, 1 versus 5. We'll try to tap away, almost takes down Despe. 16 HP on him, will get tagged away, but Freeze will be the lone man alive, 1 versus 5, and just looking over towards Heaven for some exit frags. Unlikely to find it, he will peek out, takes the tag on Zentaris, but once again he's just getting closed in on with the backstab coming in from Major, so this one should just be pretty cut and dry for Space Soldiers. Zentaris takes the final kill, it will be 3 points to 1 in favour of Space Soldiers. Buy-ups coming through for the Tricked side here. M4's out. No AWP in this case. Major's still going to rock it with the Mac 10. So he might be a weak point on the Space Soldiers side. But I mean, Tricked, you know, they definitely have the better buy-up. Of course, it is just optional for him to go ahead and take that. He has got money, but he's just going to opt for the Mac 10, see if he can just farm in a little bit more. I think it's just going to be switching out in the next round. But for now, it's going to be Hunt in the first round forward. Space Soldiers very, very dominant as Major gets 2 kills. I talk about the Mac 10 being the chink in the armor, but suddenly massive frags coming in on the part of Major. Leaves Borup and Assyrian in a 5-on-2 now. Despe trying to see if he can take down a lone player on the A site. Gets flashed out, sprays away, but he can't seem to get killed in this case. No shot's going to land. No critical shot's going to land. 78 HP. He'll get himself back out towards middle. The Molotovs will just rain on through from the spaces on the side. Calyx peeks. Assyrian takes him down. Finally, a frag on the board for Tricked and a gun round. But meanwhile, that's given Space Soldiers all the time they need to rotate to the B site and get the bomb down. And Borup and Assyrian, it looks like they're just going to opt to go ahead and save. One heading towards toilets, one heading towards long. It's going to be pretty basic here from the Tricked team. Hold on to that M4, hold on to that AK. That's going to be all she wrote for the moment being. Space Soldiers doing good work in these past few rounds, denying Tricked the conversion and taking some conversions of their own now. And the economy state does look to say that, well, Tricked should be on a decent eco, holding on to those rifles, just trying to see. Actually, they're going to get a couple of picks, so it will make the round very expensive for Space Soldiers. They're very expensive indeed. As Zentaris goes falling, Major going to be left alone with 10 HP. He can't go challenging, so he will just back off and save the M4. So Tricked a failed round, but at least they made it quite costly for the Space Soldiers side. It shouldn't be too much of a problem for this next round, but talking in the long-term game, we might be saying differently. AWP out for Despe. AKs, M4s out for the rest of the Space Soldiers. Tricked going to hold on to AKs. And of course, the 2 AKs from the last round, a couple of M4s. S-Tag actually going to fly up with a little UMP on S-Tag himself. He'll play close ranges over towards middle. Could very easily get taken down, however, as it will be Major peeking on out. Going back, Zentaris peeks out, takes the first, but it's traded. Assyrian and Despe get a couple back, a 3-on-4 situation. Space Soldiers still at the advantage. Trick just unable to trade to their advantage, and it just hurts them big time. S-Tag, 100 and Freeze. Now going to be a 4-on-3 situation to their disadvantage. Bomb back towards Monster. And well, Tricked just right now not going to find a whole lot. At least it's going to be S-Tag taking down 1 at least, but probably coming a little bit too late, as it's only going to be 1 player on the B side for the defend. It's 100. Can he go big? He sprays, but he's going to get taken down by Calyx. Coming in from the short area, a 1-for-1 trade. Leaves Tricked on the retake. Freeze and S-Tag. Last couple of guys alive. And Calyx will get the bomb down. Spray's coming in. Oh, wow. S-Tag through the smoke. Takes down Calyx. Nice play. Leaves Paz alone for 1 versus 2, but it will get traded very nicely. The AK is picked up. And S-Tag will keep it together for his team. A 3K in the round. Looking for an AWP of some sort, or just looking for some sort of weapon, but it looks like he's just going to go for the defuse. So finally, Tricked a very close round. But they need to go a little bit more than just the skin of their teeth to keep this one together. 2-4 to the favour of the T side. So once again, in case you are wondering, I am without a code for the moment here. We are trying to get that quickly fixed, but I'll be carrying you for the rest of this matchup here. AWP out for Despe still. AWP out for Freeze as well. It's going to be, well, the FAMAS as well on Hunden over towards the CT side. So definitely a bit of a broken buy coming in. Like I said, that's what happens when you don't work too well with the economy, and if you don't manage to find, well, the necessary kills and the round by particular margin in Trick's case. One man staying alive is not going to help them out whatsoever. Xantaris going to start things off, taking down Borup. So already Space Soldiers, they get themselves the advantage. 10 HP on Xantaris at least is going to be something that Trick can try and work off of, but Space Soldiers playing this very unpredictably, rotating the hell around, back up towards the connected tunnels, up towards middle. This one could go at either side at this point. So now make our way over towards Connector, one player in that general area, one up towards Fountain. And Esteg is going to peek out, does take down Xantaris, so finally the trade does come in here. Now a 4-on-4, but Tricked need to trade to their favour here. 3 players on either side. A decent setup. Space Soldiers will face an equal amount of resistance either way. Freeze and Esteg, well, they got themselves posted out towards long area, so quick change of position, however, as I do say that. One back towards the stairs area. And here we go, Space Soldiers looking to execute very quickly out towards the site bombs on its way in. S-Tag's going to get mollied out of position. Can he find anything? Paz also coming in from long, so they've left that area generally open, and this could be such a crucial kill that comes in. He takes down Freeze. The rotation's already pulled the rest of the CTs. S-Tag takes down one, looks for the second. Can he find the third? Going for the knife? No, it's going to go very, very close range, but Calyx sprays on through. S-Tag takes a third. Can he find any more? He's back behind the smoke. 3 versus 2. Finally, Calyx falls. Despe now, a lone man with an AWP. Can he find the shots? Lands the first flick. No, he doesn't. S-Tag takes him down, bringing a third round, finally on the board for Tricked. And this time, 3 players will stay alive. So the investment comes up big. And they'll finally start to level out their economy against Space Soldiers, who should have fought a blind in the next round. But taking a look at Despe in particular, $2,700 in the bank, it may end up falling apart fairly quickly. So 5 AKs out for the T side, and we have got ourselves a co-caster coming in just a second, so I'm not going to be totally alone. Yeah, AWP still out for Freeze. And now Space Soldiers will once again take up standard positions over towards, connected towards the A site. Assyrian's going to get flashed out to keep himself from the boost spot and jumping. And Space Soldiers once again getting that small amount of map control that they need. Slowly creeping their way up towards middle. Very good strategy. Don't go too quickly. That's what cost for both teams in the last map when it came to T-side pushes. So just small amounts of work, taking those small challenges, and in particular for the case of Xantaris, S-Tag could be, well, it could be the first challenge that goes either way at this point. He's holding a very close angle, waiting for someone to boost over the flower pot. So they peek at the side. This could be so good, but he's going to hear the see the utility and hear it, of course. And he looks like he's going peeking as the flashbang comes in, takes one. The second, will he find the third? Yes, he will. Drops the bomb and Tricked. This round should be all but done at this point, as Calyx will go challenging for the trade, but he's taken down a 46 HP, as is Paz. And now he will go peeking on through towards the side. He's going to get taking one down. Nicely done. And now Calyx and Paz. Well, Calyx now alone in a 1 versus 3 situation. Hunden, Freeze, and Assyrian have this one pretty cleaned up. He's got himself the bomb at least. Can he find anything? 20 seconds to go. Up towards middle. He has to hit the ace site at this point. He's got no choice. He's creeping on slowly, but he's going to have to go quick. 2 flashbangs of smoke and a Molotov. All he's got to work with here is he will just creep his way slowly. Hunden, is he going to hear out the footsteps? 5 seconds on the clock. He's got to go now. Instead, he's actually going to go ahead and hold back and save instead with the AK in his hands. Good play coming in. Trick will take a round. It will be Hunden actually that goes challenging and takes down Calyx. So no money in the bank for him. And while we were talking about how the economy for the T side could end up going, well, lopsided very, very quickly. In this case, it is exactly how that's going to be. With no money in the bank, they have to cause a pause. I do believe this is a tactical pause. Also, it could be technical, I may just be wrong, but judging from the current situation of Space Soldiers, honestly, this is the point where I might consider it. It is early days, of course, but 9 rounds into the first half, we're starting to see who may or may not take the advantage. And with Space Soldiers, they're saying, okay, so it is a technical pause, my mistake. But even so, just taking a look at the outset of this current matchup, this one could go easy swing either way. Space Soldiers, if they decide to buy up in this next round, then it will put their economy on very shaky ground indeed. But meanwhile, talking about the economy tricked, very low amounts on their side. 2250 at most on Barup is all they're going to have to work with. And a buyback in this next one could end up working either, well, one of two ways. Either a round on the board, a good conversion, or Space Soldiers setting up a reset. So for both teams, a very crucial round going to come in the next one. Space Soldiers have a lot more potential, however. 3-round loss bonus on them. So after this round, if they do decide to buy up, which I think they should do, it will be the eco round. But a bomb plant will help them out massively here. But it looks like Paz is back in the server. We're almost ready to go here. Yeah, it looks like it will be the full-on force buy coming in. Despe getting himself at the Tech 9 head armor. Full set of utility for him. Calix and Centaurus, they'll buy in as well. I'm not sure what Calix is going to go for here. I think he can only afford a pistol at this point. Yeah, well, sorry, my mistake. So he can only afford the UMP. So 2 UMPs, 2 AKs, and Despe with the Tech 9 armor force will be what Space Soldiers have to work with here. A round from them would be big. And they will take point up towards the monster area. One player also looking to go towards connector and Hall's area, see if they can shut down anybody. And meanwhile, Trick, they're going to go with a bit more aggression than they usually used to. It's going to be Asilian and Barup taking some challenges over towards a 1-for-1 trade out as Zentaris and Barup do trade a 4-on-4 now. Asilian is still he's still getting some resistance over towards that monster area despite the smoke going out. He'll have the information. I'm not sure if he actually was able to catch off the 2 different AK sprayers coming in, but considering he is taking refuge over towards the monster area, well, this one could work out, well, the information could work out extremely well for him. Major on the T side, starting to make some progress over towards short, see if he can get out some information or set up with an execution. Plenty of utility to work with on the on the T side, excuse me. Lack of smokes, however, and this could cause a little bit of upsets in terms of the execution potential. 50 seconds on the clock now. I don't think Space Soldiers are too worried about that. They will get the Molotovs out of the smoke, landing on the site. And then we'll just try and blind off the CTs for as much time as they can. A boost is coming out, so they'll only have one angle to worry about, and it's going to be Paz that takes the headshot. Nicely done with the UMP, so now Space Soldiers will tip the advantage back towards their favour as Paz gets a second onto Hunden. Now it's going to be the 2-on-4 retake coming in from S-Tag and Freeze. They need to make this one work, or they have to save, and if they save, well, Tricked, definitely going to be a broken Quasi, or a broken force coming out in this particular case. It does look like they are going to opt to save, and they're going to opt not to try and trade here. Freeze back towards heaven, might look for an exit, but this round is pretty much all over and done with Space Soldiers. Like I said, this round would have been big if they won it. It's even bigger now that S-Tank has fallen. It will be 5-4 to the favour of the T side. Space Soldiers taking a nice lead. Freeze will at least hold on to an AWP for the end. And for the next round here, Tricked meanwhile. Oh dear, not very good economy whatsoever. Upgraded pistols, maybe some head armor, but honestly I would not opt for that particular buy-up in this situation. Just try to see if they can get themselves down some money on the board. P250's Deagles, no armor, no utility except for, of course, the utility that Freeze saved in the last round, and the flashbang on Asilian. But does Bob gets fired out? Yes, he does. Nicely done, but it's just going to be kills that Space Soldiers should easily win. 5 on 4, 5 on 3. Yeah, it's just something. There's nothing really that's really to be said at this point. Calyx just cleaning things up. S-Tag, Freeze, and Asilian. Only man's left alive for the Tricked side. And, well, very, very poor defensive, of course. Just pistols. Just, well, the AWPs are all that Freeze has. And they just do best to play passive and try and save it into the next round. But he's still going to go aggressive and pick 2. So, actually, still holding it together. It will be desperate. Almost finds the kill. 11 HP on Freeze. All he's got to work with here now. He's just got to back off and try to... Well, try not to get himself killed in this case. He's rotating over towards A site. There is a player over there, so he should end up falling. Asilian now. Lone man to try and defend the B site. Centaurus gets the kill. And now Asilian just holding back in the hopes of surviving with what he's got, of which he has not got much. 3 versus 1. Will get peeked. And Centaurus will close it down. 6-4. Space Soldiers. Very good lead on the Turkish side. So buybacks coming in for the CT side, Tricked with the 5 M4s, AWP out for Space Soldiers. Despay taking that one straight up to middle. Will he find the first pick? Not exactly. The smoke is out, and Tricked aren't playing that aggressive to try and find it. And meanwhile, Space Soldiers will also come responsive with some aggression of their own out towards the connector area. Calyx does meet some resistance in the form of Molotov and a smoke from the Tricked players, who are also taking up arms over in that position. Space Soldiers going for the map control out towards the A site. Centaurus picking up first pick, does spot out S-Tag, takes him down. Nicely done from Space Soldiers, taking that early advantage, and Hunden also looks to be falling here, so it all just falls apart as Centaurus gets a second onto Freeze across the map. Borup and Asilian now last 2 alive for the CT side. Once again, just Space Soldiers absolutely running over them pretty much every chance they have. Tricked have had a good couple of rounds, but I mean, it's just... What can you say at this point? The Space Soldiers to take the picks. Tricked can't get the trades. And that leaves them in situations like this where Asilian and Borup have to defend against 5 individual players. There is some potential if Calyx and Centaurus do end up falling. 11 HP and 10 HP. Simple spray downs will shut them down. One simple lineup will turn what is a 5-on-2 into a 3-on-2 and definitely make it winnable for the Tricked side. But I doubt they would be that naive as to go put those 2 players as aggressive as they would probably end up, well, in aggressive angles that they would probably end up losing towards. So they'll back off, they'll play passive, they'll play defensive, and the bomb will go down on the B site as Trick tried to save. Borup goes falling, Asilian does take down Paz, and Despay lands a leg shot. 17 HP. All he's going to have left, and he's just trying to hold out and try and defend here. He's going to get tapped away through the smoke, not going to find anything. But he just takes 1 spot, 1 shot, 1 kill to give Major the final kill with around 7 points to 4 for the Space Soldiers. Very good lead for this Turkish side. 1 away from taking the half, and just taking a look at things on the Tricked side. I mean, P250s, USPs. This looks to be an 8th round on the board for Space Soldiers. Not much that the Danes can do here. They've got a smoke and a flashbang to work with in terms of utility. See if they can hold off Monster, which Asilian's already going to be using, and a wasted bit of utility as Space Soldiers. Well, they're going to go ahead and take arms out towards middle and out towards short. This one should just be an easy couple of picks. As the core player's going to go ahead and push out through. Major's going to take 2, Asilian's going to take 1 back, but Paz quick to trade, leaves Freeze and Asilian once again in a 2-on-4 situation. Again, there's not much they can do here. There's just really nothing they can do, so Space Soldiers will take their 8th. At the very least, Freeze has himself a AK to work with. So they've got that rifle. If they can hold that on to the next round, good stuff from Trick. They'll hold together for a little bit longer. And now a 4-on-2 now. Centaurus spots out the AK, takes him down before he can do any damage. So Asilian just holding back. Maybe he might pick off 1 here. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, Centaurus will be able to close things out. And again, a very predictable 8th round coming in for Space Soldiers. 8-4 now. This T side absolutely dominant. And Tricked will now have another chance back in with the full by AWP out for Freeze. Will he be able to make it work? And meanwhile, talking about AWPs out towards the Space Soldier side, Despe has himself an AWP of his own right. Full utility as well. Very good economy from the Space Soldier side. They're rolling high flying times. $12,600 on their particular side. And now they will just make their way slowly in towards, well, whatever site they do particularly please. They've proven themselves to be very, very good at taking these sites, so I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a case of can they find those picks, which, yes, they can. Can Tricked also land a defensive, which in this case, no, they can't. Asilian's going to get taken down through the wall, gives away all the info. Paz knows exactly where he is and just shuts him down. And now Freeze will at least try and back Paz with a second wall banger. Oh my god, this man is a god. It's a 3-on-4 situation coming on through here. Freeze can't land his AWP shots. Will peek out and take down Major. A second comes in 3v3. And actually now, it slightly favors Tricked. Calyx and Paz, 33 and 19 HP apiece. Easy kills can come in if they can line up the sprays. Because Despe, the man with the AWP, the only man who can go aggressive, has the worst gun to go aggressive with, as they will slowly but surely move their way on towards Monster. 30 seconds on the clock. They've got to find 2 players. Freeze is going to hold back. And Borup is going to be the weak link on this B site. Here we go. Molotov's out towards the firebox. Can they spot him out? AWP does spot the pixel. He peeks onto S-Tag anyway and takes him down. 12 HP now. Very low amount of HP on the Space Soldier side. So Trick can very easily pick this one up. Borup gets one, but Calyx trams right back against him. And now Freeze has to make it work. 1v2 clutch for the 4K in the round. AWP versus M4 and AK for the retake. He'll creep his way up, gets spotted out, takes a peek. Takes a shot, but isn't going to find it. Taps the bomb as well. Paz just seeing if he can try to spot him out. A small gap in the smoke. Manages to find a little bit of tag damage. And the second peek will not find anything. And Freeze still holding so close range. Calyx is sitting on top of the bomb. But Freeze just can't seem to land his shots. And in this case, Paz is taking down 12 HP. And peek back around towards short to close it out and bring a 9th round to the Space Soldiers side. Tricked, a spurt of life midway through this half. Just not going to find anything. They're on the 4-round loss bonus here, but it's not going to be enough for them to buy. And Space Soldiers, like I said, they're sitting the high life. They are rocking it very nicely on their T side. AWP out for Despe. Tricked up with the pistol buy. Slight force buy coming in from several players. Eagles, 50-50s, 5-7 CZs. Try and hold close range at angles to pick off some of the Space Soldiers. They need to win this round. They want any chance of potentially taking a very good scoreline in this half. And they're going to start off well, taking down one, but Major just sprays away through, madly sprays, and picks up 2 more kills in return. 3-on-4 situation. And Trick, the force buy, or the quasi, will just not work out for them whatsoever. There's nothing they can do. Borup freezing Asilian now. Setting up a defensive. Try and hopefully just defend against these AKs, but it's going to be so difficult as Antares picks up Borup. Very nice headshot coming on through with the taps and sprays. 4-on-2 situation. And all Freeze and Asilian have to work with here is a Deagle and an M4, at which the M4 will already have fallen as Asilian goes too aggressive. Space Soldiers have the angle locked out, and Paz will spray down the last to bring a 10th round to the border Space Soldiers. This is an absolutely ridiculous T-side half coming in from the Turkish boys. Tricked. 4 rounds on the board for them. Can they make it a 5th? If they make it a 5th, then this would be, well, it'll be a tough T-side half, that's for sure, but I mean, it'll definitely be doable for them if they can be just as dominant as Space Soldiers are. AWP is out for Freeze once again, and Despe once again. Other than that, standard AK and M4 buys across the board. Full sets of utility, armor, and the like for both teams. But we've seen them win it time and time again. We've seen them win situations like this time and time again so far. This matchup, Space Soldiers. Honestly, if I had to put, if I was a betting man, which of course I am, I would put my money down on them taking this one very easily. There's going to be smokes going out. Centaurus gets spotted out. Hunden can't land the kill, however, he sprays away, expects it to be the push on through. Instead, Zentaris will finally get taken down as Hunden goes back in for the second peek. Finally, Trick will have another advantage on their hands. Hunden still holding aggressive, but it will be the Glock that takes down one from Major. Gets traded very, very easily back to a 3-on-4 situation. AWP from Freeze takes the first. Will he land the second, however? It's now going to be 2-on-4. Finally, Trick to have a very good advantage to work from. The question is, can they keep it? As S-Tag takes down one, Despot with the AWP takes them back. And Borup, Freeze, and Asilian. Oh, wow! If you want to end the half, you got to end it in style, I guess. Nice from Tricked. Very good read. Prediction from the Wallbanger. Very nicely done. But regardless, it's still a 5-round deficit for the Tricked side. Space Soldiers, 10-5. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Definitely not a good time to be a Danish fan here. You're going to have to make this T-side work just as dominantly as Space Soldiers have in the first half. The pistol buyouts will come to be Armor out, 2 players with the smoke double flashbang utility buy each. S-Tag and Hunden, so it looks like it might be a site execution coming on through. Space Soldiers opting for the full armor buyout, but no defuse kit. Very interesting. I've talked about this before. I'd like to say it again that I think it's a very crucial piece of utility. So Space Soldiers going to be looking, trying not to play for the retakes, and well, it's going to be successful in doing so as all 4 kills of the round go to their favor. Freeze going to get let down by all his teammates who drop the bomb back towards Connector, and he's out towards Birthday Party. Absolutely tragic for him. He's just got to hold back and try and see if he can find anything. He's playing the stealth game, maybe might pick off one. But at this point, he can't hope for a whole lot more. We'll take one, but gets traded very easily as it is the double peak. And Space Soldiers will have the second pistol round. Force Buy coming in from Tricked as well. Deagle's out. Armor out. Utility a little bit out for Asilian. 1 flashbang. Tech 9 armor coming out for Freeze as well. So it is a full-on Force Buy. Space Soldiers as well going to go in a very similar situation on their side. 2 UMPs, 2 FAMASas. The M4 on Despot will be the most powerful weapon for the CT side. But I mean, they've got the money to go for this one. They should be very easily defending on this site here, of course. Good defense coming on that pistol round. Fantastic stuff from the Space Soldiers, but Trick now. We're going to see if they can take the long-range duels. Of course, those Deagles mostly down for taking long-range fights. 1 Deagle's headshots. And Hunden will be the first man to peek out alongside Freeze. It is Zentaris that takes the second peek towards Hunden, takes him down finally. Tag damage is done, but it's not enough as it will just be Zentaris down to 70 HP. And now the Deagle play from Borup. Can he find it? No, he doesn't land a second. Not even the Wallbanger either. Despot takes him down, drops the bomb, gets the info. Here's the information out towards S-Tank. Sprays a second time. I think it's a nice double kill. And Freeze and Asilian once again left in a 1 versus 4, which they just simply cannot win. It's all down to that push, and Trick just very uncoordinated in it. Didn't find anything there. 11-5. Want to go 12-5. Has just closing down Freeze. The bomb has been dropped. And now Asilian with it all to do. 16 HP. A Deagle and a Dream. This is the first peak. And it will just be Paz. He's going aggressive. He can do it. He's got lots of health. He will take down Asilian. 12-5 now to the favor of the CT side. Now Tricked, of course, with a very standard eco round coming in here. The Glock's out for this T-side. Space Soldiers will have themselves, of course, the typical rifles. And Tara starts things off, manages to get first contact, but not a whole lot other than that here, as it will just be, well, a great career from Despot to close things out. Paz with the wall bangers, what on earth? Are you kidding me? 2 spray downs onto Asilian, onto Borup. Carrick gets one as well, and Freeze left alone once again. There's nothing he can do. That's absolutely tragic round coming in from Tricked. When you expect, oh, maybe there might be a chance. Space Soldiers bring out the vac bands and the wall hacks and the like. AK's out for Tricked. AWP out for Space Soldiers. Calyx is going to have that. Yes, he will. Change of pace coming in here. And Tricked will just be trying to look for, well, any sort of strategy they can. Definitely not working out in the same way that Space Soldiers did. Definitely not their half. And definitely not going to be their chances. Borup will start things off again. Well played from the Tricked side. Actually takes a 15 HP down on Zantara, so that's not even that bad. Not going to be a pick, however. And that's going to be the important part. As now Hundam will try to see if he can finish off the job. Spots him out twice. Isn't able to land the shots now. But he will get the map control for Tricked now, as they will scramble over towards Connector. Options for them, can go towards B, can go towards A. Depends how they do feel about it here, but it looks like it's going to be the B push. Calyx, can he make the MVP work? Yes, he does. Nice flick onto Asilian's head, chops it clean off. And now it will be Tricked, moving very, very quickly on towards the monster area, on towards the side. S-Tag sprays down Paz, and now finally a push is going well for the Tricked side as Freeze gets Calyx as well. Now down to Zantara, Major, and Despy. Two coming in from Graffiti and Heaven. One coming in from the back over towards Connector. But I think they're going to be flushed out already, so Space Soldiers will have to go ahead and save here. They're going to go ahead and rotate away and try not to die here. That is all that's going to be said right there. So 3 for 4 now. Space Soldiers will be, for the first time in a very long time, forced away on a save. Major is going to get taken down as well, which it does look for the exit frags, but it will do before it ends soon. Tricked to survive very nicely. 6 to 13 now. The first round on the board for them in, well, actually it was the last round, of course, that they did pick in the last half, but I mean, that's still after a 6-round streak and a 3-round streak towards the Space Soldiers, so... once again, for those of you wondering why I'm solo casting this one, having a couple of technical issues on the side of Herald, of course. Riz will be in here in a few seconds, however. I think he's going to have a cover for me with a Eurocast, unless Space Soldiers manage to win this one out in the next 2 minutes. In which case, GG, no read. RIP Tricked. Go back and watch the VOD and figure out what went wrong here, because this game has definitely not gone very well for them whatsoever. AWP out for both sides. And finally, Risk is here. Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. And hello to everyone in the chat. I'm trying to bring some Danish glory back into this cast, back into this match, because apparently they need it. Tricked are not looking good here in map 2.
Yeah, definitely. I think they need the Danish glory here because, well, 6 to 13 is not a very good scoreline here. Space Soldiers absolutely dominant on their T side, and they're going to be absolutely dominant here on the CT side. As Tricked, well, they're looking to go a little bit quicker in this round. Players out towards middle and long. It looks like they're going to try for an A-site execution as the Molotovs and smokes and flashbangs will all rain in. Asilian going to peek out, see what you can find. 1-for-1 trade out. Despy going to get 100 and S-tag through smoke. Takes down Despy. Back to a 3-on-4. And Tricked have full control of the site. They're just going to get a bomb down and set up the after plant in a 2-on-4.
So now it's basically up to Pass, because if he can get the one frag on Borup on short, then he can actually kind of go in together with his teammate and use his flashbangs to get in towards the side. But Borup has already spotted him, and this should technically be round over, and Tricked should have this one. They know where one of the players is. The rest can just hide on the side and hold their ankles until the bomb explodes.
Yeah, Calyx and Paz.
What? They allow you to go in? That's a big mistake, but luckily for Tricked, it won't cost them a lot.
Not gonna lie, that caught me off guard as well. So Paz with the backstab coming in, just managed to pick one, but like you said, not going to do a whole lot of damage to the Tricked side. But I mean, when you're letting them get away with players like that, you've got to wonder how well Tricked are set up for the rest of this half, because if Space Soldiers can make plays like that work more effectively, then this one could be an instant shutdown from the Turkish side. They will have a 7th round on the Danish side, however. A buyback should come on through. Space Soldiers economy looking a bit flaky. Got themselves an M4 that they can formulate a potential quasi-force round, but it's not going to be very, very strong at all.
So it seems like either Borup did not rely the correct information, or the Space Soldiers player's pass just got extremely lucky and basically walked into the exact position no one was looking. But to be honest, it kind of looked like miscommunication because Borb definitely spotted him. But luckily for Trick now, Space Soldiers will be on this kind of a path by with 4 pistols, some flashbangs, and 1 M4. So they should be taking this one home and bring it 8-13.
In theory, on paper, it should be the case, but we've seen Space Soldiers do this before, and Paz is already going to go aggressive, takes 1 headshot on Zaburup, it's already fallen apart, and Major is going to catch a Cillian off from the right-hand side. He wasn't checking his angles. At the very least, Hunden and S-Tag are going to try and back, but they've still got a deal with a Deagle. And a 5-7. One player's already tagged up big time. S-Tag is going to be Zentaris that takes down Hunden 2 for 2. Solo amounts of health on the Trick side. Is it really going to work out to the favor? 1-for-1 trade out. Does S-Tag find the kill? He does. Thank God for Trick, because that one almost fell apart so quickly. The 8th round on the board will come to be, but it was definitely very, very close.
Yeah, that should not have been that close at all. Trick looked very, very, very flaky in that round. I think in the end, it was pretty much on to just miss the eagle shots. If he hadn't missed that first one, S-Attack would have gone down and that would have been the round because he was on so low HP. But now Space Shoulders opting for the double op setup. They're running Calyx without any nades and same as Centaurus, so they might go for something explosive.
Yeah, double op setup for Space Soldiers. Could be very, very interesting. We've seen this, well, not out that much to be honest. Neither on their T side at all, I don't think so. I mean, definitely going to be a very big change of pace for this CT side. They'll have it out toward defensive angles. 1 player on the monster area, 1 player out towards long. So definitely going to cover their most explosive bases. It will actually be the first pick coming in over towards S-Tag onto Zentaris. Desp going to go to trade out, takes him down. A 2nd kill onto Freeze through the rock. Shuts it right back down. And Tricked are now once again on the back foot in a 4-on-3 situation. Bombs out towards long. Is he going to peek out onto Despy? No, he's looking the wrong way, but his crosshair is right there. Not going to happen today. 4-on-3 does favour the Space Soldiers, and Tricked 55 seconds to get themselves a push back together.
Yeah, Hunden just spotted the head of the CC in bank there, so he knows there's 1 in bank, and then he could probably also guess that there's 1 on site, so they know they're playing a 2-2 setup. What they don't know is that there's a 2nd AWP on this B bomb side, so they might opt to go for the B push, but when they meet that first AWP, that's going to be the big surprise, and that's Calyx down towards Monster, actually now looking towards short, but he'll definitely catch the first one because they're not looking for an op here.
First pick takes down Borup. Still a Cillian to deal with. I think he did spot him out back there, but the AWP versus AWP. The question is, which one wins it, the defensive or the aggressive? The Cillian pop flashes his way on through alongside Hunden. And Calyx is going to go ahead and back off and peek towards short instead. Takes 1 AWP shot through the wall. Cillian finds it, but he's in a 1 versus 3 situation. He should save because the bomb is in CT control. There's no chance for him. He'll go aggressive, and Major will shut him down to bring Space Soldiers a 14th round. So just when you think Tricked are on the cusp of finally getting themselves a good half together, they fall apart at just the final hurdle. Leaves them with 1 final buyback before what will be Space Soldiers' match point here.
Yeah, this is the problem. If he had saved that AWP, they would have had an AWP on, that's probably going to be Freeze, and then an AK-47 on Hunden instead of that UMP-45, and they would have had a couple of more grenades to deal with. But now, because of that AWP not being saved, they have this kind of weird buy where at least 1 guy's lacking utility, and they're going to have to go up against Space Soldiers. So now in 14 rounds, full setup, they have 1 guy in UMP to save money, but yeah, death space with the AWP, so nothing matters really when this guy's on point.
And on point he will be with that AWP. Finally start to sharpen this matchup here. Bottom fragger for his team, but despite that, still managing to make some very big impact frags as the first man will fall. Freeze going down, a 4-on-5, and Tricked will try and stack up towards this A site. This is where they've had the most amount of success on this T side half, so of course it makes sense to go for it, and it looks like this is exactly what they're going to be doing. Borup lining up some utility, as are the rest of the Tricked side here. Here we go, entering onto the site, Cillian and S-Tag up towards long. We'll get the aggression out. Here come the smokes and flashbangs executing onto site here.
Yeah, the rotate has already happened though, so they have to go in now or rotate quickly. There's a lot of CTs on the site.
Borup,
well, actually, they're not on the site.
Borup getting 2 kills meanwhile, as it will be the wallbangs coming in from S-Tag. Takes down Major and takes down Paz. Nicely done. The counter boost, of course, working out extremely poorly for the Space Soldier side. Leaves Despy 1 versus 4 situation. Back towards Monster. Well, it's basically a role reversal. AWP has to save, looking for exits and not much more than that, as it will be Tricked with what should be a 9th round, unless, well, Despy manages to zoom his way over towards the A site and get the defuse in somehow, but of course that is pretty much impossible to do. Back towards Monster. Borup moving his way to try and close the gap and close it down right there. Headshots, 2 taps, and Tricked will have their 9th.
So I really disagree with the way that the Space Soldiers played that round, because they knew that they knew all the flashbangs and all the smokes were coming across. They already spotted one guy going in towards that A bomb site, but instead of rushing into the bomb site and holding the angles like outside of the smokes, they actually went for the boost, which is very common nowadays, and Trick were extremely ready for that. So I'm kind of wondering why they didn't just go into the bomb site, maybe flash themselves out and held the angles. That should have been the smarter choice, and because they did not do that, and because Trick were prepared for what they were doing, this is now another round for Trick, who are somehow, some way, still fighting their way into this game, because it should be pretty much over by now, but they're still in this.
And Space Soldiers, of course, were just the pistols. Just take a look at their play right here. They're going to stack all their players out towards Connector. I'm not sure, well, what would prompt them to do that. Trick haven't had the best amount of Connector presence, so I mean, they'll probably just be holding out to see if they can try and rotate quickly, but in this case, it'll actually be Hunden that takes first contact, and Despy takes first kill. Look for a second. Oh my god, he's going to find it. Space Soldiers pick 2, pick 3. It all falls apart for Tricked. Freeze at least going to be able to pick one back, and Assyrian gets Major, who goes to aggressive, but they've got rifles for days over on the Space Soldiers side. 2-on-3 situation. How did this fall apart for Tricked?
Yeah, that's that's. I can't really say much tactically about that. Of course, it's a good idea to stack if you're on a pistol, but still, that was some misplay by Trick getting caught off guard there. Despate getting 2 kills should not have happened. They should have went straight in there for the revenge kill as soon as Despate peeks out. But yeah, it falls apart, as you said, and even if Trick wins this round, this is still a great round for Space Soldiers.
Despite that, Despy going to see if he can try and close this one out. Takes one down on Assyrian. Free is going to go challenging. Well, actually, able to shut him down, but you can't deny the fact that this has been a great round from the Space Soldiers here. Two players left alive in a 1 versus 2, and Freeze will just see if he can try and close it out, or at least get taken down to close it out. Kill comes in for Paz and Space Soldiers. 15-9 now. Match point for them. Tricked. Very little economy here. They're going to force buy and try to see what they can get out. But I mean, take a look at this. Do you really see anything that can come out here from the Danish boys?
Not really. Also because they're going to be mentally just straight down after that round. They should not in any way, shape or form have lost that. And it's all on the back of individual great skill coming out of Despay, and then them failing to do the right thing in the situation, failing to answer what basically Space Soldiers are doing with that stack. So I think mentally they're all the way down right now, and there's, well, of course they have the Tech 9s and the train can always do damage, but yeah, I think this one is done and dusted. Santara is just picking them off left, right, and center, having an easy stroll, and says, "Thank you for the win. Good day."
And Borup and Assyrian now, not much they can do here. It should just be the last 2 frags coming in easily for Space Soldiers, and Taros with a 4th. Will he find the 5th? Not exactly. Assyrian's going to take down Paz.
Still can happen.
I mean, the clutch could still happen. I mean, you're definitely right, but I mean, a 1 versus 4, no utility to work with is definitely unlikely, to say the least.
Yeah, I was more talking about Santaris' ace. The clutch is not going to happen. Let's be real.
Well, I mean, Santaris' position is back towards short. They expect the Assyrian to be back towards the B site, so maybe the ace is possible. But Space Soldiers, I think they're just looking to close this one out finally for the victory. As Assyrian challenges onto Major. Can't take the entire kill. Will he find it?
Oh,
tapping away, peeking on through. Centaurus, is he going to go for the ace? Yes, he'll get it. It will be 16-9 in favor of Space Soldiers by the end of that map up. A very